Hey, what's up, you guys? Today I'm going to be talking about my 2016 beauty favorites. I was debating whether or not I even wanted to do this video because I feel like a lot of the things that I use on a daily basis are things that I've talked about in favorites or things like that. And so I didn't know if it would really be worth kind of like repeating the same things over and over. But regardless, I'm going to do it anyway because I think I just kind of like talking about favorites. And I guess it kind of takes the place of a December favorites. So, without further ado and no more rambling, because I know this is going to be a long video, let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is face primer. Now, I have a couple face primers that I've been using all throughout 2016, but the one that I feel like I keep going back to is the Benefit Professional. You can see how much I've loved it because it's almost empty. I'm wearing it on my face today, and I just feel like it kind of, fills in the pores, especially like around this area and, on the forehead. But also just leaves your face looking more blurred and smooth. So yeah, I've really been liking this. I feel like a lot of people love this primer. As you saw in my last video, I recently got the Urban Decay De-Slick, so I'm hoping that it kind of goes, like this is maybe the same. I don't know. I've only used it once, but I love this primer and will probably repurchase it. Then for foundation, I have two that I've been loving throughout the year of 2016. I'm so used to saying like throughout the month of whatever. But those two are the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation and the Kat Von D Lock-It Foundation. Now these are both pretty full coverage mattifying foundations. I feel like the Pro Matte is just a little like, I don't know, I feel like the Lock-It Foundation stays longer, but they're both really nice. The Infallible one that I have right now is in the shade 101 Classic Ivory, but I think I need to go down a shade. When I was down a shade, I was like, oh, maybe I should go like lighter, but now this is like way too light, so I think I need to get the next darkest one. And then the Lock-It Foundation I wear in light 48. You can see that I've loved it. I'm, getting towards the end of it. But yeah, I've just really been loving these. I love applying them with either like a big kabuki brush kind of thing or with a beauty blender because, depending on how much coverage I really want to get out of them. So, been loving those. Then for powder, I want to talk about this foundation powder. This is the Kat Von D Lock-It Powder Foundation. Now, I don't know if this is like new in 2016, probably not, but I kind of discovered it in 2016 for myself, and I love it. It's so good. Even like the, foundations that maybe don't have as much coverage, I'm thinking like NARS Sheer Glow or that Urban Decay one that I really liked earlier, which I don't have anymore. It's the One and Done. This type of powder, since it is a powder foundation rather than a setting powder, just adds that little bit extra coverage and really sets the foundation. I think this is one of my favorite powders I've ever used to set my whole face, and I've been loving it. Again, I am in the shade Light 45, so just a little bit lighter than the foundation. I think that kind of like evens it out because I might be a tad too dark in this foundation. But yeah, I think with the lightness of this, kind of evens it out. I love the coverage. It's great. Then for like under eye powder, I've been loving the Coty Airspun. This is my ride or die powder. It's super cheap from the drugstore. It lasts forever. I don't even know how long I've had this powder. But I take the sifter out, so it's just, wide open. And you just dip your little sponge in there and then you just bake it because baking has been like my favorite thing of 2016. Like my favorite trend, baking the under eye concealer. I'm just really into it. And yeah, I use this every day. Sorry, I apologize for the shaking of the tripod. For concealer, I have two that I want to talk about. The first one, I'm not going to stay on very long because I feel like everybody talks about it. It's the Tarte Shape Tape. I feel like it is just a wonderful concealer. They say you don't even have to set it, but I do not feel comfortable not setting my makeup. But it's got this giant doe foot. You just boom, boom. Blend it out. You are good to go. It responds very well to baking as well. And then I also love the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. This I've loved for a really long time. I'm in the shade Neutral Medium. And this just kind of wakes your face up. Like, there's been times when I used to do my live streaming, kind of like get ready in the morning thing way back long ago, where I would put this on and it would be like under one eye would be just like pristine, like awake, and then the other one would just look dead. And it's just like, I feel like this is a miracle worker concealer. This is just like a travel size that I got from my neighbor, but you know, I'll probably purchase the full size once I'm done with this. Then, I think that's it for the face, like, base-wise. As far as other face stuff, I have two bronzers that I really like. The first one is, like, this Maybelline Master Bronze by Face Studio. This is in Paradise Bronze. I'm not going to talk about this very long because you cannot get it anymore. But I use this all over the face for bronzing. And then I also use the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer for bronzing all over the face as well. This is really good too if you're like kind of in a pinch. You could like maybe use it as a contour as well. I used to do that. I don't really do that too much anymore because I just have other powders that I like to use for that. But it is, you know, not super warm. So you technically could maybe get away with it as your contour. But I love this. I'm in the medium to deep matte bronzer. These are both matte. So they're good for just all over bronzing. Then for contouring, I love my contour kit from Anastasia. It's beat to death. The plastic is all coming off, so it's making these lines. But I have only 3 shades left. I usually mix these 2 shades together, which is kind of what I have as my contour today. But this shade here is like my favorite of the 2. When this one is gone, I probably will not continue to use these 2 colors because they're just too dark for me on their own. Even as like a bronzer, it's just too much. But I've been loving this. I got it a couple years ago and I still am using it. It's probably, you know, it's my first contour kit I ever got. So I've just been loving this for contouring. It's pretty much what I've been using all the time. Let's move on to the eyes. Eye primer. This is the Photo Focus eyeshadow primer from Wet n Wild. I think this is an okay primer. I'm including it because I don't really use anything else. I don't have a favorite, but I think for the price of this performs really well. And you get a lot in here, seeing you only use a tiny bit. You get 0.34 fluid ounces, and I think this goes for like $2 or $3. So it's really, really nice. I've had this for a long time, and I still have a lot left. So yeah, I'm wearing it on my eyes today. I wear it pretty much every day as my eye primer. Awesome. Then I have a couple palettes, and I think if you saw my perfect palette tag, you kind of know which palettes these already are. The first one is the Anastasia World Traveler palette, which I don't think you can get anymore either. I reached for this a lot in 2016. I think the colors are just really gorgeous, especially these group of like warm neutrals over here. And then this pink champagne shade has just been my favorite. It's got like that metallic, wet looking shade to it. They do sell these colors individually, so if you want a pink champagne, you could go out and buy the Anastasia single. But I think it is gorgeous all over the lid, especially incorporating these warm tones as well. Big fan. loving that. And then, of course, I couldn't mention a favorites video without the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, because this palette has proven to me time and time again that this might be the only palette you would need if you're like just starting out with makeup. I bring this home with me pretty much every time I go home, and I can create full looks with just this palette. I've hit pan on 2 shades in the palette, but yeah, I really think that this is an all-encompassing palette. You've got your transition shades, like your warmer or medium toned colors. You've got your shimmery, you know, lid shades. And then you've got your like highlighty brow bone color. I just think this is a really nice palette for, you know, everyone. So yeah, loving this. This is like one of my favorite palettes. Woo, we are cruising through. Alrighty, as for other eye stuff, let me just gather it all up over here. For mascara, my 2016 has been blown away by the Julep, I don't even know what it's called, because the labeling has thrown off, but it's the Buildable Lengthening Mascara from Julep. I think it's the Length Matters is what it's called, but I'm wearing it today, and I just think that the length that you get from it is really, really nice. Now, granted, I have had this for probably longer than I should have. I'm actually going to be putting it in an empties video soon. But this is what the wand looks like. Pretty basic, but just good enough to just get up in there, pull it through, and really lengthen those lashes. So I have been loving this. I got this when I worked at Ulta, and I would never have tried it had somebody not told me, like, oh, it's amazing, try it out. So, it's amazing. Try it out. Love it. Then, for liners, I have 3 different ones. 2 pencil liners and then a liquid liner. The NYX Wonder Pencil is, like, bomb for multiple reasons. One, it is a really nice, like, waterline pencil. It's what I have in the waterline right now. I feel like it just kind of brightens up your eyes, especially if you have, like, a little bit darker of looks going on. I also love this for going around the brows and cleaning them up if I get too carried away with my brow product. And then this is also really nice for spot concealing. Like if you have a little bit of it, you can just pop it on there, blend it in, and you know, you can just go on throughout your day. So yeah, this is a really nice product. I'm in the shade Light. Then for black liner pencil, I love the It Cosmetics No Tug Waterproof Gel Eyeliner. This is amazing. I got this as a sample when I worked at Ulta, and it's so good. It's so creamy. It's like a retractable pencil. It's so creamy and just, it stays in your waterline. You know, there's no tugging, just like it says. It just glides in there, stays all day. I would not suggest it, and I make this mistake every day because I think, oh, today's gonna be the day that I can get away with it. But I would not suggest it in your tight line. It kind of irritates my eyes, but then again, I feel like anything in my tight line kind of irritates my eyes. But yeah, in the waterline, it's bomb. So definitely recommend this. It's like this and that concealer are probably like the only things from It Cosmetics that I've ever used, and I love it. Then for liquid liner, my mind was blown this year when I tried out this Physicians Formula Lash Booster liquid eyeliner. This is such a dupe for the Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper. It's got that nice kind of like brush tip on it. It just glides on, makes doing wing liner so easy. And it's like, you know, cheaper than the tattoo liner. I think this is like $11 and the tattoo liner is like $18 or something like that. So it's not like a total, like, you know, you're gonna save like half the price or whatever. But, you know, I feel like anytime you can save a little bit of money on a product that is like almost exact, you know, go for it. That's why I love the Urban Decay All Nighter and the NYX Matte Finish, like I talked about in my haul. But yeah, I really like this. I don't know where this has like been all my life, but yeah, love this eyeliner. And then, oh, I forgot highlighters. how could I forget highlighters? There's two, okay, I use all kinds of highlighters. I'm not using either of these today, but I feel like, you know, it's a really nice highlight. But these are the two that I think I've reached for the most in 2016. The first one being the Becca Jaclyn Hill palette, especially the shades Pearl and Champagne Pop. Champagne Pop on its own is beautiful, but then mixing it with Pearl sometimes just kind of like adds that extra glow. And then also Becca's Opal I've been really liking, which I got a while ago, but I've just recently been like dipping into it a lot. You can see that little dent that it has. I feel like this is beautiful on anyone. Like, it's just a nice kind of like light golden color. And I've just been using this a lot throughout, especially these last couple months with the holidays and stuff. But I feel like in the summer, this would look really good too on like bronzed skin, like, girl. But yeah, I've just been loving that as well. And then finally, lip products. I have a couple. It was really hard to narrow them down. Basically, in general, this year has been the year of liquid lipsticks, as it has been for everybody, and then lip pencils for me. So the first two things I'm going to get out of the way are the lip pencils that I have been reaching for pretty much every day. And those, let me put these down. Those would have been these two from MAC, the one in Whirl, which, you know, took the world by storm when Whirl came out, like, you know, Whirl pencil and the lipstick as well. This is what I have that I've lined my lips with today. I'm actually wearing this along with MAC's Enchanted one from the Alluring Aquatics collection. But Whirl and Soar have been like my two ride or die lip pencils. Like, any kind of look that I'm doing, if I want a nude lip, I can always incorporate these two. This is what Soar looks like. It's a little bit pinky. And then Whirl is a little bit darker, like, you know, like your pinky brown color. But both of these have been really, really important, and they've lasted a really long time. I mean, I still have a ton left, and I use them almost every day. Then I also have another MAC lipstick. This is MAC's Myth. This is what I use to incorporate to like lighten any kind of lip color in the center. I just kind of pop some on. And you can see that it's just kind of lightened the center, making my lips look a little bit more plump. I've been using this a ton. You can see this is all I have left. The thing is, I probably won't repurchase this when I run out because I have a ton of other lip colors that are this shade. But something about it has just drawn me to Myth this year. It's a great lip color. I don't know if I would wear it on its own. I feel like for me it would be too light. But yeah, I've been loving incorporating this with other colors. Especially Jeffree Star Celebrity Skin. This is another favorite of the year. I love the Jeffree Star lipstick or liquid lipsticks. I have a couple of them that I'm still kind of like trying out and figuring out. But Celebrity Skin will always probably be my favorite. One, because it's the first Jeffree Star lipstick I ever got. And two, it's just a beautiful shade. I think it's super wearable on anyone. It's just a really nice kind of like brown color. That's that right here. A really stunning shade. I think it goes with everything. It's just gorgeous. So, been loving this. I feel like I say that after everything. I've been loving this. No duh. That's why it's in the favorites. The last couple ones are just miscellaneous. These are what I can remember like wearing a lot. You know, I'm sure there's other lipsticks and lip products that I've used throughout the year that I loved. But these are the ones that I have like memories of wearing them. So the first one is this Buxom lip gloss in the shade Katie. I obviously bought this because it is my name. But this is probably the first lip gloss that I like have gotten. I mean, it's kind of like slanted right now, but it's down to like here. This is probably the first lip gloss that I've like used almost to completion. I'm debating whether or not I should get rid of it though, because it's kind of like been a long time. And that might be kind of gross. I don't know. But it's just a really nice kind of pinky peach kind of gloss color. That's that right there. And just, you know, to top any kind of lipstick or lip, you know, product that you wear, I think this is really nice. It's got that like minty tingling as well, which is, I love. So yeah, that's super cool. And then I have two other products. The first one is the Kat Von D liquid lipstick in Bow and Arrow. This again has kind of like that brownish shade, kind of like Celebrity Skin. But I've been topping this over the Soar lip pencil, and I don't know, I just think that is such a pretty combination. It is almost a dupe for Celebrity Skin, I'm just realizing. This is the Bow and Arrow color that I just swatched. You can see that it's super similar, if not, you know, a dupe for it. But regardless, I love me my brownie nudes just like that. So that has been something I've worn a lot this year. And then the last one mainly took place over the summer. I also got it on vacation around the same time that I got the Celebrity Skin. And this is from Kiko, which I don't really know a lot about Kiko. Like, I have two lip products from them. This one I've been wearing most frequently. This is from Kiko. This is their Velvet Passion Matte Lipstick in the shade... I don't know. I wore the shade off. But it is this really pretty pink color. I've been wearing this majority in the summertime. It is a matte lipstick and it stays all day. Like, it stays so well. Even when it wears away forgivingly, so you don't have like lipstick all over your face. But I think this is such a pretty pink color for the summer going into fall. You know, and it's beautiful. And I love the packaging as well. It's like magnetized. But yeah, oh God, excuse me. Those are all my favorites from 2016. I hope you guys enjoyed this freaking long video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Let me know down below. What are some things that you are loving in 2016? I kind of really like watching videos, you know, of people talking about their products that they love, because then maybe it gives me something to think about purchasing myself. So let me know what you've been loving down below. Don't forget to subscribe and ring my little bell if you haven't already. And until next time, I will talk to you guys soon. Talk to you later.